Hey there, welcome to the Cult Show. Tonight, we're talking about 1984's Electric Dreams, a wonderful throwback film, or maybe not wonderful, I don't know. I'm waiting to find out what my friends think about it. We'll see. Also, we're playing iconic VHS covers game Sci-Fi edition. Stick around.
IBS got you down?
Take two!
You know what? I can't decide which take I like better. They're both real good. They're both real fine takes.
Real fine
Neil.
takes,
Real
real
fine.
takes. I get another shot.
Happy Friday the 13th.
Never fails.
We're celebrating the only way we know how, which is
By screwing up.
by fucking on this game, by doing a romantic comedy with a sci-fi bend, and who knows what else could go wrong. Well, wait, we'll see. We think we might have offended computers nationwide, perhaps globally, and that's what led us to this. So we're just going to cut all that we said about computers. It wasn't very nice.
Yep.
And how'd you celebrate Friday the 13th, everybody? Did you get a tattoo? Did you chase your friends through the woods? Did they chase you through the woods?
A tattoo?
A tattoo.
No.
A rat-a-tattoo.
What is this thing you speak of?
I'll explain it when you're older.
What's his a tattoo?
When I'm old enough to get a tattoo?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Totally. Well, welcome everyone to the Cult Show. It's
Yeah.
great to have you. Now here's the part where we say cheers and welcome our friends, our podcasters. Happy Friday the 13th.
Happy Friday the 13th, fam.
All right.
All right. So, Neil, you picked
Yes.
this film.
I picked this film.
This is your second non-horror. I won't let you live that down.
Oh, I understand. I'm
And
in
you need to
deep
tighten
trouble.
it up because we can only have so many non-horror picks from you and I.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, I forgive you.
This one, like I said, it was just gnawing at my craw for so long. Like freaking RFK Jr., I just had to get that worm out of my brain. So I just had to get it out. So
I just had to get it out of my brain.
anyway.
So that's what leads us here
That's it.
tonight.
So-
to this warm basement.
Have you been able to watch anything? Is there any?
Very little in
Right.
my pursuit of higher education, as I often like to call it. Time is not my friend.
No.
It is the opposite of something that I enjoy. However, we filmed a vlog that's going to be coming up in one of these burr months. September, October, November, December. One of the burr months. Better months of the year. And I saw Beetlejuice.
Oh, good. And
Excellent.
Fucking loved it.
oh, good.
So at first, everybody on the interwebs who'd seen it like early, like the influencers and stuff, they're like, I loved it. And then people were saying like, it was okay. And so I was like, I just want to have fun. I just want to have a good time. Beetlejuice is a property near and dear to my heart, as we've discussed.
Right.
Love the Beetle. Here for the Beetle, support the Beetle. Beetle till I die. And I was like, I just want to have fun. I just want to have a good time. I loved it. I really did.
Oh,
And
good.
like we were cracking up. Like we were laughing so hard and a lot of people in the theater were like barely a chortle. And like don't y'all get it? And like so much like of the claymation sequence, a lot of throwback-ish things, references without being, I felt kind of, why is the rum always gone, which I fucking hate, like it wasn't any of that. I like that they made Astrid very different than Lydia. I didn't want Lydia 2.0. I wanted her to be her own character. And yeah, like, hello, Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah.
God, she's so damn funny. And can you believe Michael Beadle is 73 years old?
Yeah.
He looked amazing. He looked like, he's a little age on the Beetle. One does age a little in the afterlife after 400 years, but
I feel like the makeup can also hide a lot. In this
hides a lot of
case,
sin.
They
Yeah.
can, but it doesn't seem like they tried at all to hide any wrinkle.
Right,
in him.
because they were
No,
kind of like, what, the jig's up.
Yeah,
like-
no, but I mean,
yeah.
they almost made him look like more haggard than he even was.
Yeah, because he's decaying or something. Or,
yeah,
you
whatever
know,
it might be,
yeah.
but yeah.
And he
So
obviously wasn't as physical,
Right.
He
Right.
wasn't like doing the dance up to the brothel or
It was
anything. but,
slightly less
you know,
physical.
yeah.
can't fault him for getting
If I
older.
had
though.
to nitpick and pick something from it, I would say I'm not sure that we needed the Dolores plot in
Yeah.
with the other plots that are going on. But even then, I really liked her, and I thought
Yeah.
she was great. So
We
I'm
talked
fine
about
with
that, Neil. But
Yeah.
you could have,
Well, what's the point? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
taken that whole part out, and it wouldn't have mattered.
Cut it out. You wouldn't have
But-
missed it at all.
Yeah.
know.
But it was fine because
Yeah.
she was really cool, and I liked her look. What did you guys think about it? Because last time you couldn't say
That's
Yeah.
right.
No, I walked out of there pretty happy.
about their humming,
Humming,
jump in the line.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, it was everything that I could have wanted from a sequel to a movie that I love a
Right.
lot.
Well said.
So,
Yeah, I concur.
You know,
You love
I didn't think
Yeah,
it
it's
would.
great.
There's no way it could be better. Right?
We're
Wasn't looking for that,
No.
but it checked all the
God, no.
boxes. So
Right.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I love that it's like broken records. Everybody loves it. It's a
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah.
We love that, getting people in the theater for a fun theatrical experience. My other thing I wanted to share, because this is big news for me. Big news for me. So I think I mentioned it a couple times over the years that I love Creep 1 and Creep 2. The movies Creep, Mark Duplass. Have we talked about Creep? I think you've seen it.
Creep 1 and Creep 2.
I don't remember if I've seen them or not, but I am aware that those are horror movie titles. Yeah,
Well, we might
and
have
I know
to,
who Mark is. So
we might have.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh God, and he's so funny. I just adore him. At some point, we might have to have a little double feature
Okay.
before this happens. So it's announced today over on Bloody Disgusting. It's Tubby time all over again with The Creep Tapes, a brand new small screen expansion on the found footage horror franchise that's headed to Shudder this coming November. Shudder announced today it will debut the next installment of the Creep franchise with the upcoming all-new series, The Creep Tapes, from writers and executive producers Mark Duplass and Patrick Bryce. Mark will reprise his leading role in the sixth episode Shudder original series. This will be on Shudder and AMC Plus. It's going to debut with a twofer, and then it's going to be like every Friday it'll release. The Creep Tapes continues to, well, I won't say too much about what it is, but it's continuing on the story of this creep that we met from the first two movies. Mark Duplass previews, I'm going to get emotional. A little over 10 years ago, Patrick Bryce and I spent a week together in my cabin with a small digital camera. We emerged with a found footage horror film that was so wildly strange and uncomfortable, we assumed no one would see it. To be continuing this unholy legacy in the series format is a true nightmare come true.
Wow.
Isn't that beautiful?
Very nice.
Cool.
Best, made my day, made my week.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
I have to go back and see if I can refamiliarize myself.
Yeah.
Y'all like Creep? Sound off in the comments if you're a Creep fan. Yeah.
And smash that like button.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I wore this shirt and it's got hearts and it says, "No, you hang up," and it has Ghostface on it because we're doing a rom-com.
Oh, yes.
So I was like,
There you
it's
go.
romantic, you see?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is this how romance is?
That's how.
Yes, that's how it
romance
works.
are this?
That's where it works. See, I wore a long leg shirt, but you
Oh.
can't see the eyeballs down because they're
And
down here at the
I
bottom.
wore my long legs today.
because it's a romantic comedy. Anyhow,
So, Tommy, sorry, don't get the Creep show mixed up with Creep Show.
Yeah, there's Creep Show, the film series, and then
Yes.
there's Creep film series. Both are great.
Right.
Nothing related to each other at all.
No, okay. Sorry, Caleb.
all right. No worries. Let's see. I finished Umbrella Academy over on Netflix. So I can finally just unfollow that show and be done with it because it is over.
Yeah,
So I just had to finish it and see what happened.
yeah.
Let's see. Saw Beetlejuice. Talked about that already.
Beetle.
Also saw Speak No Evil.
The remake.
We were talking about the remake. Yeah, we were talking about this a little earlier tonight in the group, but I've never seen the original, so I have nothing to compare it to.
I've only seen the
So
original.
I thought it was pretty dang good. I enjoyed it a lot. I will say James McAvoy is unhinged. and worth just watching just for him to see him go fucking ape shit.
Yeah.
I love Tumnus. Professor X.
He is
great.
a young Professor X.
A young Tum.
I like him.
I never put that together. I never realized that was the
James,
same actor.
He's a chameleon.
Yeah, go watch Split.
Split, yeah. And Glass and all that stuff, yeah.
So many films.
So many good things.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well-
that's all I got.
All right, well, so Beetlejuice and Speak No Evil are only things that I've watched, basically. Although I am caught up with up to current on The Masked Singer. So I did do that.
The current
So,
last
you go.
season.
Yes, the current last season. So now
I'm so proud of
ready.
you.
I'm ready for whatever comes next.
Yeah. Scott, our Church of Masked Singer is growing.
There you go.
It's a happy place. It really is.
It is a happy.
It is. It's fun. So all I have to bring up is we need to give a shout out, of course, to Mr. James Earl Jones, passed away this week, and I know he probably meant something to all of us
Right.
in
At
this
some point or
room,
another, yeah.
whether it is Darth Vader or Mufasa or other films that we can't.
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams and
One of my
Sandlot.
favorite. Sandlot.
Sandlot. Yeah.
Field of Dreams, one of my favorite non-horror movies.
Yeah. So there's lots of stuff he did that I know. Anyway, so all we can do is
Amazing career.
thank him. Yeah, amazing.
A legacy,
So-
like literally iconic.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Rest
I mean, he's got a voice that, I mean, I know everyone says Morgan Freeman, but
I prefer James Earl
Yeah,
Jones
James
for
Earl
my
Jones, I
for
mean-
my God voice.
it's right. I would definitely take Mr. Jones. Mr.
Rest-
Jones
rest
and
in
me.
power.
Dr. Jones.
Mr. Jones.
Dr. Jones, yes.
Yes.
Someone's had to have given him an honorary doctorate, right?
Like at least 12 of them.
Okay. Then Dr. Jones.
I would think so. I would think. Something new to announce, you guys. The Cult Show.
We're like, what?
Something new.
We're starting an empire.
We're starting. We are a media empire.
Media empire.
Financed by Larry Ellison.
Thanks, Larry.
All part of the plan.
Cult Show is actually going on the air. We actually have a new radio show called CULTSHOW Radio. Go figure how we came up with that name.
Weird.
Anyway, so yeah, on the second and fourth Thursdays of every month at 7 p.m. on KRJF 92.3 FM or KWTF, it's simulcast, 88.1 FM. You can hear Caleb and I on a regular basis spinning tracks on Wax and Wax or however.
And I think it might be a good idea to write those down below for the
Yes,
people.
we definitely can
we'll
do
put
that.
those down below.
We'll put them down below for you.
That's a mouthful.
You can also go to krjf.org or kwtf.net and you can listen to it online. You can actually stream it online.
From
So
anywhere.
anywhere in the freaking
the
world.
world.
As
What's your
long-
excuse?
yeah, as long as you have internet, you can do it.
Yeah.
So anyway, and then we're also going to more than likely, because I haven't fully vetted this yet, that we're going to film the actual production and then we'll put that on YouTube on our channel as well, so people can watch the actual
Fingers crossed.
filming of that.
Let's
Yeah,
go with that's a probably.
that's a probably.
That's a probably.
We're just going to work through some of the copywriting type stuff, but we'll get there. Anyway, so that is something new that we're adding to our media empire. So there you go.
It's the only
And
way
then
to describe it. That's it.
Sandra and producer Scott, as time allows, they will pop on hopefully from time to time at least.
I really
to
like
say
to try
hi
to be on
and-
the radio.
You know, and just be a part of our discussion.
Yeah.
So basically, we get to play all the fun music we can't do on the show because YouTube shuts us down.
There you go.
So
And then we're going to put it on YouTube.
that's right, because it's easier to do when it's already recorded.
Right.
Anyway, so check that out. It's kind of fun. CULTSHOW Radio. And then otherwise, I just want to remind people, it is spooky season finally. Thank the stars and all the things that we thank. The cards.
The stars, the cards,
Yeah.
The moon,
the
cats,
moon.
the
I love
pumpkins,
the wax.
Our mothers, our grandmothers, whatever.
The-
James Earl
oh,
Jones.
The giant
So,
eyeball.
the
in
eyeball.
sky. Our eyeball lord. Long may they
in the
live.
sky.
Yeah. So anyway, so if you need to get like say some merch, right? Like from Fangoria, don't forget, you can get 20% off if you use the code TheCultShow when you're checking out. So please check out Fangoria if you need something from them. And
Which
of
you
course,
do. You do.
Everyone does. They have all kinds of fun stuff there.
Hella cool stuff.
And then, of course, we have our own merch store where you can find fine shirts like this. Our Night of the Living Dead variant shirt is now available, and it's very cozy. I enjoy it. Wonderful mugs that you can drink liquid death from. Pillows.
That's what I'm doing.
That's right. All these things. And again, for some reason, Caleb is the only one who has the address to get there. So let him tell.
Shh. I have to whisper it. www.thecultshow.com/store.
/store/fiction. That's what we do around here.
There you go. So other than that, I'm done, and I am ready and willing to throw this to Jake.
Thank God you're ready and willing.
Jake the Bumper Cat.
Bump it up.
Whenever
Oh no, our eyeball lord has deserted us.
I wish I had that audio recorded of y'all doing Jake's meow.
Yeah.
We all have our own little spin on it. So let's talk about 1984's Electric Dreams.
Let's do it.
If you've heard, it's impossible to not get that song in your head. Directed by Steve Barron and written by
People.
Rusty Lemiranda, or as I was about to say, Rusty Lemonade. Rusty
works.
Lemiranda.
I may have read it that way the first time I saw that as well, Sandra. It's
Yes.
not just you.
It's not just me.
Yeah.
An artificially intelligent PC and his human owner find themselves in a romantic rivalry over, of all things, a woman. A woman, I tell you. So, like, Neil, explain yourself.
Explain. All right. Yeah, it's really.
Tell us your Electric Dreams.
It is a simple. Oh, you don't want to hear those electric dreams.
Your Electric Dreams origin story.
No. Yeah. Again, I alluded to this the last show. I watched this film as a younger person, probably on HBO, I would imagine, or something. And I had whatever, no real thoughts about it because it wasn't horror, you know what I mean? And it wasn't
memorable like that.
something.
Like horror. Yeah.
And then watched it again a little more recently, just because I was like, oh, I haven't seen this film in a real long time. And that cover, the poster, the VHS cover, it's
really
pretty
cute.
iconic.
It's
It was
very cute.
always in the
Yeah.
always in the store. So I watched it again. And I just sat there going, God, I just don't know if I hate this film or do I like this film. I just couldn't. I have no idea. So and I thought about it, and then, so anyway, it's been in there for a long time on my list. Like, I want to do this at some point, but Sandra will probably kill me. So anyway,
And I may.
that's it. That's why I picked it. And I guess I'm curious to hear the thoughts from y'all.
So is that still currently how you feel? Like, you don't
Pretty
know
much.
if it's Stockholm Syndrome or what?
I do believe after this last viewing, I may have skewed a little more towards like, probably because of music, to be honest. It's for the ADR, the voices are, especially of moles,
Yeah.
it gets a little
mumbling
annoying.
Everything.
Yeah, it just gets a little annoying because his is clearly all done, re-recorded afterwards. And it just, his voice is like freaking, I don't know, Ross from Friends on steroids or something. Like, hi. Like,
Yeah.
has that kind of voice the whole time. You're like, dude, what the hell's your problem?
Yeah.
So, like he's on sedatives the whole movie or something, but.
Did we ever find out, like, what happened to his ADR?
No.
Where did it go?
No.
Where did it come from? Where did it go? We're gonna call it Cotton Eye Joe.
I think it was just probably a really. I mean, think about it. If that's his ADR,
Yeah.
what did his regular voice sound like?
True.
It's a
So
good point.
I mean,
Yeah,
in
you know.
San Francisco, it's probably windy all the time. He doesn't talk very
Yeah.
loud.
Right.
So maybe
Yeah.
it's got
So
horrible recordings.
I think that's just his voice, and unfortunate. That's a little unfortunate,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. So the actor Lenny Von Dolan, I was like, he looks really familiar.
Right.
He was in Twin Peaks,
Yeah.
which is some I watched. He did a lot of television and some movies, and he actually just passed away a couple years ago. Really young,
he
only
did?
63. Yeah.
oh,
Well, now I feel bad.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. There's also the recognizable Virginia Madsen,
Yep.
Max Caulfield, and Bud Cort in
Bud
this
Cort,
film.
yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
So one of the things you had said is that like Scott had to watch this movie.
Yes.
So we're
You're wondering
gonna have-
why?
Well, we're
Or
gonna
you
have to
get
get him
it.
to weigh in.
Well, right, yes, but
It's a technology love story.
it's a technology. There's lots of great 80s technology in this, and some cool little bits in here and there. And yeah, I definitely needed producer Scott to weigh in on the thing.
So you know how for a long time there like the animation studios, like you would have A Bug's Life and Ants would come out at the same time. They're
Yes.
like
Yeah.
all stealing from each other. I can't believe that this came out not only the same year, but before Little Shop of Horrors, because this is the computer version, non-musical version, kind of a musical version of Little Shop. There's so many similarities. I mean, as far as like the storytelling, and there's a particular scene, like basically a fight scene that's very Mean Green Mother.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I liked this movie a lot.
A lot.
I liked it a lot. I liked the execution of so much of it very, very much. I think it was creepily it's creepily relevant for today, especially the music that's written feeling very AI generated. Like
Yeah.
really,
And
the
people being like,
lyrics.
it has no soul because it's AI. Yeah.
you need to watch this movie with the subtitles on because the lyrics are
Oh yeah, they're
Horrid.
pretty funny.
they're pretty
Okay.
they're good. I mean, they
Yeah.
really are. If you were to write a movie right now to replicate AI lyrics, these would
This
be
is
the
it?
songs. No difference.
All right.
It is, however, ruined by the writing of one particular character,
Which is
Miles.
Miles.
We allow me
Okay.
to back you up on this. So the movie has bit of a charm to it. I'm not the biggest rom-com person by any means. They're very few and far between for me. But it does have a certain charm to it, and it does have kind of this really funny kind of futurism thing, that's
Yeah.
like, oh, y'all just wait. Just wait where we're and like they kind of predicted some things and all of that. I love the computer. I love Edgar. And I really like the girl. What's her name?
Virginia Madsen.
Yeah, her old-
also known as
Madeline.
Madeline.
Yeah.
I really liked her. Miles was the biggest drip.
Yeah.
He's such a drip. He has no personality.
Yeah.
And there's like the part when she's later saying like, I love the way you view the world and you're so kind. And Scott and I were like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Like, he does not show personality, and there was a lot of room for him to have personality in this movie. For some reason, they just chose not to put it in. So yeah, it's kind of like, you're having like this good time, and then he's like this that comes in and spoils it.
No, he's definitely a sad sack for sure.
I mean, one of the problems is the only like real aspiration he has for the whole movie is making this magical
brick.
earthquake-proof brick that he's not even working on. Edgar is.
Yeah.
So it's like he's literally doing nothing with his life
Right.
ever
Yeah.
throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
And it's a hard comparison between Seymour Krelborn and him. Like Seymour Krelborn is also a drip, but kind of like in a lovable, nerdy way.
Right.
right.
Like has aspirations, wants to get out of Skid Row. He's got like a high paying job that he just simply can't make it on time to.
Right.
I was like, I don't know if I like you, dude.
No, it is weird. The choice they make for him is really bizarre.
Yeah.
It's just
But I feel like all the guys in this movie, because in comparison to the other love interest,
Edgar.
what's his name?
Maxwell.
Maxwell
Caulfield.
the
Oh, yeah,
cool
him.
writer.
Yeah.
Free stew, baby.
Cool
Sorry.
rider.
Or,
I mean,
Empire
who
Records.
Empire.
his pickup line is, "That's a nice instrument." or when her instrument does break, he's like,
Oh.
"Well, I guess I can take your solo, but
Yeah, what an asshole.
This is really inconvenient. I need to go and practice now."
Yeah.
So
What was your thoughts on the film, though, Caleb?
So
overall?
as a whole, it ended. I thought, like, this is kind of weird. I think I might like it, but I'm not sure why.
Right.
Okay.
It wasn't until I started doing some, doing the research that we do, that I started finding some things out. And I don't know how much I want to, like, give out right away, but I will say that director Steve Barron, this was his theatrical directorial debut.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, he'd done tons of music videos. Tons.
That tracks.
Yeah. And so this movie has this feeling of like these short 3-minute music
Vignettes.
videos set to a song.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of songs in this movie.
A couple of montages.
And a lot of from a movie going standpoint, it seems kind of weird.
Yeah.
But if you just watch it as a music video, totally makes sense.
It actually, yeah.
And then I was like,
You
okay,
think, Jen.
now I'm on board. Now I know why I liked it.
Just a music video.
Because it felt very nostalgic.
Okay.
So it's called A Fairy Tale for Computers.
Yes.
Or something, which I thought was cute at the start.
The very start, the way it starts is unique.
Yes.
And I do like the way it starts. Good.
I was invested from the very beginning. That was a fun opening with like the little conversation
Yeah.
with the computer. Like I know I'm gonna like this right off the bat.
Yeah, that was very cute. And then you get Miles, whereas Edgar actually calls him Moles. So we'll use those interchangeably. He's late to work. He's an architect. He's got to fly back into San Francisco. We live in the Bay Area, so we love a Bay Area set film that's already going to get some points.
It's actually filmed here too.
Yeah,
They're not just
actually
saying
filmed
it's
here.
San Francisco, but
Right.
Yeah.
And his colleagues tell him to get a handheld computer to help him keep himself organized and not be so late to things.
but talk about a drip. When he goes to buy one, he's like, I'm looking for that thing that keeps you organized.
Yeah.
Like you can't
Right.
Can't
Like,
even say it.
Yeah.
What's wrong
Come
with him?
on. It's 84. We all knew what a computer was in 84.
I suppose. These two didn't. They weren't born yet.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
It was a
If you were
fetus.
alive and of certain cognitive
Right.
age,
Yeah.
you
no,
knew what a
we knew.
computer
We knew.
was.
We knew what.
You know.
We didn't know you could do with it really.
No.
But
no.
yes.
I liked the lady at the computer store
Yes.
said, nobody does, but don't you want one for when you figure it out? For like, what's the point of...
Producer
Anything.
Scott, did you notice the iMagic Atari rack that was behind him when he was buying the computer?
No.
There was a full rack of the iMagic games, which are the ones with the silvery like ones that are anyway. They played that. You played that one in my house that one time, in fact, with the big spaceship where the little things came flying at and you had to shoot them.
Where's
And it
our
was,
Atari?
Okay.
Anyway, it was right behind him. So
Our Atari moved.
it's behind you there.
Oh, no, it's over there now.
It's watching you.
I always feel like somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. So it's kind of cute because they predicted smart tech, really.
They did.
With like the computer can keep you like it is in charge of your door and your coffee pot and all of these things.
Like the smart plugs that you can buy and
Yeah.
And your electric
Plug into.
toothbrush.
Okay, yeah, it goes a little cray, right? Goes into some territory. His new neighbor moves in. That's my God, a super young Virginia Madsen.
Yeah.
Playing Madeline, and she is in the symphony. She plays the cello, and immediately she's like a ray of sunshine. And in romance books, they call this like a grumpy sunshine pairing,
Okay.
where like one of them is really happy and upbeat, and the other one's like. But instead of being he's just a drip in our case. I love calling people a drip, by the way. And so immediately I wrote down my prediction: Cyrano de Bergerac via computer. And I was a little bit right.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So explain this to me, people who were there in 1984.
Okay. We were 10, remember. But,
Okay,
But
well-
we were there.
You can maybe glean something that Scott and I were very confused
Okay.
about.
Okay.
Okay.
Why was he so afraid to tell her he has a computer?
Yeah, I have that same note. That he would rather like put his robe over it and
Yeah.
I do not know.
Why?
I
You
don't
Do
know.
you know?
No, there's absolutely no reason. I
But-
mean, I had that
but-
same note. Like
yeah.
he covers the computer up, and you're like, but why?
But why? Yeah. But he didn't even know what a computer was called, so I
Yeah,
don't
no.
know. I don't know.
Okay, it's
Maybe
just
he
made
thought
no
he was
sense.
doing something wrong just by having it.
Or like we could
Is it-
not figure it out. We're like, it
Yeah.
bothered me.
Well, okay, so that happens after the computer plays that music with her.
Yes.
So,
But I thought I need to get this out of the way.
well, I know, but did she tell him, "Oh, I love what you did
Maybe
for
he
me"?
just doesn't want
She
her
does.
to put two and two together.
Exactly.
She does. She did. She was like, what do you play? What that was a lot of fun.
That's the only thing I can
I'm,
think
I'm
of.
paraphrasing here,
Yeah.
but you would just say like, "Oh, that was my computer."
Right.
Yes, but he wants her to think it because she's so enamored now. He's talking to her,
Maybe.
i.e., Audrey too,
Yeah.
talking to
So you
Seymour.
will perpetuate the lie to
Yeah,
or the
okay.
murder.
Or the murder.
Just to keep 1 second longer with.
With this end. Yeah. Okay.
That's
I
Yeah.
the
guess
thing I
that's
could
a
think of.
little better, but
And I gotta say too, I just have to rip this Band-Aid off. I just
Okay.
have to. I think the whole problem with like that it's the computer and it's not him, I think he should have just told her. I think she would have handled it well. I think like
Yeah.
she might still even have liked him if
Right.
he's like, I'm not creative like you, but when me and my computer get together, like I just feel like it's not that big of a deal. The stakes were not
but
that
he
high.
is creative though. See, that's the thing. Like,
Yeah,
remember the picture he
he-
freestyles of her.
Thank you.
You know.
They should have leaned way into his art.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
the guy's an architect. He
Yes.
has some artistic ability,
Right.
for sure.
A missed opportunity. But anyway, okay. Yeah, so yes, the computer hears her playing upstairs and it says, I can do this as well.
At this point, it's kind of learning. It's understanding what the
Learning.
noises are, picking
And
them up.
he's already connected with the work supercomputer downstairs, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think so.
Because that's where
Yeah, it must have.
right. That's where
That's where he gets
that's where the
overloaded
computer
and-
becomes sentient, right? Because
Yes.
then he pours the sparkling white wine on it.
Oh,
and
that he spills it.
No, it overheats and he
Oh,
pours
he
it
pours
on
it on-
to
yes.
cool it off. Like any.
And I guess that is also part of what made it have romantic inclination.
Champagne.
Yeah, I think that was the vibe, right?
Maybe. I guess.
I did think it was very cute that the computer wanted to play with her. I thought that was just like very sweet.
It was a good scene.
Yeah.
The way they were exchanging
Right.
the music
Playing some
back
Bach.
and forth.
I liked it
There
when
you
it sang Happy Trails as well. That was nice.
Like as Caleb said, there are several points of this film that become little musical vignettes or whatever. You know what I mean? That kind of
Yeah.
and this is one of them. Probably the first one, I guess, where Madeline and Edgar play together,
Right.
unbeknownst to her.
You know who's not charmed? Miles. Miles is so mean to this computer.
He is very mean to this computer.
He's abusive towards
He is.
it. Like crazy mean. The computer has learned speech. Don't touch.
Yes, he's it is kind of funny.
Like it
But-
has a cute little voice.
It does.
It has really lovely things to say. It's it's like learning what is to be all these things and what is love and all of that, and it's really quite sweet and kind of sad.
Right.
And I was so endeared to
Maybe a
to
little
Edgar.
Frankenstein comparison there
little
too.
Frank in
Or
there.
number 5.
Or Johnny Five.
Five
Yeah,
is
yeah.
still
Short circuit.
alive.
Sure.
25,
Sure.
yeah. There you go.
Um,
I like when there's
yes.
sorry when
Yes.
when I think he goes to watch her play when Moles goes to watch her play and
Oh, yeah.
and there's that kind of that grumpy old lady sitting next to him and I think at first or whatever and then
Yes.
was he tapping his foot or doing something and
Yeah.
the ladies are just like must you and all her little quips or whatever at him. It's really funny because
Yeah.
she was just
So I have a thing that I realized when I first watched Free Willy. That feeling of like embarrassment in front of a crowd in a film is like is like, I can't handle scenes like that.
That's a
Ah.
proper
When
response.
everyone's clapping at Willie and he's
When
like,
they're being mean to him,
yes, and he's like in front of this entire crowd.
you're pounding on the glass.
Exactly. It's like, and he's like, so like, it's just awful to me. And this has that same energy
Oh.
in that scene. Everyone's looking at him like, why are you making all of this noise?
Yeah,
And
why
it's
is your
just like,
pager going
I
off?
can't handle this scene.
I mean, like, so sitcoms are not for you. Because, like, situational comedies are all about people getting into, like, embarrassing things.
And it's, people being embarrassed is fine. People being embarrassed in front of like hundreds of people is specifically mine.
How about dozens?
Like,
Okay.
I can kind of handle that.
Okay.
See, for me, Meet the Parents is like the worst movie ever because,
Because you kind of have some of that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it makes me feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So, but that's
There's
just
a lot
in front
of
of a small
things.
family.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of
Anyway,
things
we,
about those movies that are uncomfortable.
All right, enough of that.
Hey, Mark Vision's Truth has joined.
Mark.
Hola.
So, Miles and Madeline, they hook up.
Well, they have the awkward date first.
They have an awkward date
And
first.
the drive-in one.
In the drive-in, yeah. That was fairly, I mean, it was a nice little choreographed bit of, awkwardness where it was like,
Yeah.
they kept doing little things,
And
just
bumping into
bumping
each other.
and spilling and
Yeah.
moving, and they're like smacking. Like,
But what about even before then? Before they even hook up, they go to dinner.
Whilst shopping.
And then
Yeah.
that's when she gives him the ticket to go watch her play in the symphony.
Okay.
And then at some point they're talking, and she asks him, "Do you have a girlfriend?" And his response was, "How can I have a girlfriend? I just went out with you." Like, that's how sappy this,
And dare I
drippy or
say,
where
a
that
little,
word
a little
Yeah,
creepy
right?
too.
Like-
Yeah. That's kind of a thing in rom-coms. When you look back at some of the things the dudes do in rom-coms, it's kind of like sweet or serial killer. Hard to say sometimes.
So are you saying you would rather he'd say, "Oh no, I don't believe in girlfriends," or I just sleep around with
No,
much
he
as
would
I
have
want"?
said, like,
or-
I would never have gone on a date with you if I had a girlfriend. But that's also when her face is kind of like, oh, I am also dating someone else.
But are they dating? See, I didn't.
They're not dating.
I never understood the no, her and
He kissed her
and-
on the neck. They were dating.
Yeah. Rex Manning kisses her on the
Yeah.
neck.
Okay.
They were way too comfortable around each other to not be dating.
Yeah.
All right.
but not for long because she had just moved there and met him.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah,
they
they're
had
just
like, for a
dating a
week.
bit.
So
maybe?
then she cheated on him then.
Yes.
Well, I don't think she was exclusive with either man.
Right.
But, which is fine.
They weren't going steady.
They weren't going steady. Let's put
Okay.
it that
She
way.
was just getting her cello tuned, Caleb. That's all it was.
So that line is actually a really good like litmus test, because that line is bad, but I feel like that there are
That line
actors
is bad.
who could throw that line and it would feel more sincere and
More
less
kind of,
creepy.
yeah, sweet. Yeah.
Like, again, I'm going to say this a few times.
Rick Moranis.
Imagine Rick Moranis
Yeah, I knew
on
it.
that line read, right?
Okay.
Like his confusion, his earnestness of, well, I just went out with you.
Right.
Like I could see a different casting. I don't think it's his fault. I don't think he's a bad actor.
It's a series of things.
I think
Yeah.
he's just maybe miscast for the way that this is written.
But
Yeah.
it's also how you say it. The line, "How can I have a girlfriend? I just went out with you," versus, "Oh, well, I wouldn't have went out with you if I had a girlfriend."
Exactly. It's like, did no one hear it
Yeah.
to change it?
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. And it's funny that we were all like,
And we just then did 10 easy minutes on
Yeah.
that one line.
like, interesting.
How you roll here. One inconsequential part of the movie. We're just going to tap down on it.
I would say it is indicative.
Tap down.
I would
on
say it is indicative of his character, though, and
Yes.
of the role. So, they do hook up,
Yes, they do.
and then
They do it.
they go on an Alcatraz tour, which again, Moles is like, why are we going to Alcatraz into prison? And it's like, oh my God, dude, like, can you have any fun?
And they have a wonderful Alcatraz montage.
Well, there's a bunch of montages in this
There
movie.
are.
There's like
This
the
is
putting the computer together montage.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
There's the,
This is like the second.
going on dates montage.
Yeah, this is like the second. And by the way, if you've never been to Alcatraz, the tours are fun. There's not some lady yelling at you the whole time.
Here, yeah.
Like,
But you also don't get to do what they did and just like go buck wild and
like nobody would notice. Yeah.
Maybe. But all I know is there aren't many films that actually have, or better way to say it, that actually portray Alcatraz as a fun place to go. And just like, wee, look at us, we're going to tool around all these places. I mean, came off as this very lighthearted
actually, you know what?
adventure.
I just remembered something.
Uh-oh.
In 5th grade, I went to Alcatraz for a field trip. And at one point, I picked up a piece of grass and was chewing on it for some stupid reason. And I got yelled at because it's a national state park and you aren't supposed to like fuck with anything, apparently, said the ranger to me.
Wow.
Well, you were chewing on grass, which would be more of my concern. Excuse me, why is the little kid eating grass? Yeah.
So yeah, I did get yelled at by a park ranger at Alcatraz. They do yell at you.
Okay, don't eat the grass and don't go off on your own. So the kids have a silly, romantic, silly goose time. They go to what appears to be Pier 39.
Definitely.
And there's clowns there for some unforgivable reason. There are clowns there.
To keep away the people like you. The
right.
scaredies.
Yeah, I'm not going with it.
Is that carousel still there?
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A lot has changed.
I haven't been in so long.
Right.
Right.
It was cool seeing that though, like seeing Pier 39, all the things that I haven't been to in a long time, but still, I have been there.
We know where they are. We know what they're doing.
Yeah.
As in the words of Scott, the computer just wrote an obscene song.
What? You don't like hug, hold, squeeze, and lick?
Was it that one?
Yeah.
Yes. And
it goes on. Darling, I love you 2 bits.
That's cute.
I won't read the last line.
Oh, right. It rhymes with bits. I remember that now.
with gory bits.
But when Edgar, when Edgar's writing it, is that the scene? It's another montage essentially, where every time they show, because I think it's cut between Virginia Madsen's character doing whatever she's doing, right, with him, and then it cuts back to like the computer writing it, and the camera is moving constantly, and it's like. First, it's kind of close zoom over the keyboard, and then it's behind a bookshelf, moving to the side, and then it's like, you know what I mean?
It's that music video.
And so it is. Yes, exactly. It's this guy, like you said, the director in his music video. Every time it shows the computer, making the song,
right?
It's cameras just constantly moving.
Do you think they were kind of like, we got to get the young people interested, and what they want is their MTV.
Yeah.
So we got to make it feel music video like. Yeah.
I definitely feel that
because that's all y'all wanted back then was your MTV. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all you cared about.
That's all it is. I mean,
that and nuclear war.
That's right.
I felt it was a pretty good fake out with the music that was playing. The montage music that was playing while Edgar was writing the song, versus, and then all of it, you think that that's the song he's writing,
right?
And then it's that. I thought that was a great fake out.
You're like,
I actually really liked
this is a
montage
banger.
song.
Like, this is Jeff Lynne from ELO. This is awesome. And you're like, oh no, it's not.
The computer's trying to understand love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really
and
hard.
it's funny that he asked Moles to explain it to him too.
Of all people,
who fucking doesn't know it.
No. It wants to know what love is.
I want to know what love is.
So,
yes, dear.
Does it get to the point? At one point, Edgar basically asked to meet Madeline, Virginia Madsen's character. Like it says, I want to meet her. Am I jumping too far ahead?
I have one note before that.
Okay.
One tiny note.
All right.
It's another dig at Moles. It's another Moles read. This corny grown-ass man who is an architect in San Francisco. No bed frame.
I noticed that.
Ladies, what do we say about a man with no bed frame? A grown-ass man with no bed frame. We say, not today. Not today.
Not today, not ever?
Not today, not ever.
Okay.
Get a bed frame.
Okay, in that case, I don't think that's Miles's fault, though.
Did not have a bed frame? To have a box spring or anything?
Yeah, that's the set decorator.
Oh.
Oh no, I think it was a perfectly acceptable choice.
No,
for that
I think
character.
now you guys are looking back on it and like going like, okay, well that's why. But I don't He had nothing to do with that.
It's another red flag. That's all it is. Please, now take the wheel.
No,
Jesus,
I
take the
was
wheel.
just saying. Once you get past the lack of box springs in a bed frame, then you move on to the fact that Edgar is basically at this point becoming jealous, and
Right.
he wants to meet Madeline. He's like, he knows that he wrote this wonderful song and for her and all these things, and this is when it starts to get kind of contentious between the two. And he's like, I want to meet her, and Moses is like, no, you don't get to. And this, she's like, I need to, Moles. And they start getting all mad, like they start yelling at each other.
I love it when the computer's mad. It's so funny because he actually he screams.
Yes. Like it's just funny how
And he has a frowny face. It's a frowny face up here, and he growls.
Oh, the dog. Yeah. 'cause
he makes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
does
just kind
the
of funny
dog
how
growl.
they start getting pretty mean and mad at each other.
There is one point when Edgar very creepily says, I want to touch her. I want to kiss her. It sounds so mad. Oh, God. And I said, oh, no, another song to a montage and animation. Was there an animation?
Computer
the
dream.
The
Yeah.
The computer
Oh.
has a dream.
Oh, that was that felt like it went on a really long time.
I was
Not
kind
for
of,
me.
but he dreamt basically that he was in a man form, right? I mean, a mankind
Sure, yeah.
form, because he was this.
Is that what was going on?
I think
That's
so,
how I
yeah.
saw it.
Yeah. That
I
he
don't know what
was.
was
Because it was an
happening.
electronics. What do you call it with the lines, Scott?
I don't know.
There's a
Ron?
thing,
It,
like
it was like a glowing with a CRT filter, maybe.
no, remember what's the Star Wars video game, the very first one? There's a way that line. It's only lines. There's a name for that. That video game came out like in Tempest.
Like Vector.
Vector,
like,
thank
yeah.
you, Vector graphics.
Ooh,
That's,
we
that's
got
what
there.
the guy reminded me of.
It wasn't really Vector though. It was
Reminded
it was-
me of.
Okay, fair. I what I did like about that music video was the backgrounds and the settings.
Yes.
It was very like King's Quest
Oh,
kind of that
Yeah,
pixel
coded.
art kind of thing. I liked that a
Right.
lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that. I did like that about it. It just felt a little like, okay, we get it.
oh yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
It's just another reason to play another
Yep.
Jeff Lynne
Yep.
song.
another video with the computer's dream.
And it's sad because we're starting to feel the computer is very sweet and it's lonely and it's heartbreaking. And I really did feel for the computer. I love it. I love themes of what does it mean to be alive, like in books and movies and stuff. So I was hook, line, and sinker bought into Edgar.
Okay,
Is this one her cello?
it is.
Breaks her cello. It's gone.
Did you write that? I saw your notes. You said it too. My cello, it's gone. Yes.
I don't even know what the hell happened. I guess someone pushed her and
The-
she just dropped it
Like
somehow.
the door closed on it or something.
No,
The
yeah, but I
elevator.
mean, but how did they even get outside?
Because it was a tight elevator, like
Yeah,
it
there
was
are
too
a
many
bunch of
people
people
in it,
there,
and then it crunched her cello.
yeah, that she's had since she's 12. You
Right.
know, they've established it, but I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You like know anybody as a professional musician that you can borrow one from?
Right, or like, does
Well,
the
she had
symphony have a
sentimental
spare?
value.
True. Well, and she does think that the cello is like why she's good is the cello.
Right. It just sucks that she has to learn from moles that.
That's yeah. Again, it feels unearned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he starts it like being very asshole-ish as per usual.
He does kind of, and it's
Yeah.
and I still don't know that that's the right thing to say. I don't
Yeah.
know that that's the lesson there.
Yeah, but it's like he starts here and then he circles
Yeah.
around to get to like where he's nice.
But I don't even know that that's
Right.
nice advice.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
It's all weird.
Yeah, it's very weird.
It's very moles coded.
It is actually
I mean, he says, "Don't worry, it's just a piece of wood."
right.
To her,
But
but
you know,
Wow.
yeah,
if you've ever purchased an expensive piece
It's her-
musical instrument before,
And it's her
you know,
livelihood and her
yeah,
passion.
that's not
And
something.
again-
That's just not something you get
Right.
over.
but as soon as he's like, "Oh, don't worry," you're like, "Oh, geez,
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
you're doing the whole don't worry, it'll be fine"
Fine.
kind of thing.
I'm moles. I'm the mole man.
One thing we can go back to real quick
Please.
is when they go out on their date and Edgar has a party.
Yeah, he
Does
throws a
have-
rave.
It's
He
the
does
Reverend,
throw
the
a rave.
Reverend Michael's favorite part of the movie. He said
It's very cute,
He is
actually.
rocking out.
he is.
Because this is when he starts to decide, I'm going to sabotage. Like, I'm gonna
Right.
start to be a naughty computer.
Yes.
Also, he calls into Dr. Ruth,
Yes.
who
Yeah.
just
He
who
gets
just
sex,
passed away,
Yep.
sex
just like
advice.
very recently, and Dr. Ruth was absolutely amazing. So it's like, oh, that was sad, timelies.
Yep. That was pretty
Right.
funny.
She was on the radio for a long ass time.
She was.
She did a great deal to break down barriers and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
Yep.
she was great.
But Edgar would basically, he was projecting or just had TVs on. There was lights everywhere, shooting out on anything,
Yeah.
Yeah.
rocking the music. The neighbor sends the husband over. He immediately turns it off as soon as the guy approaches the door.
Right.
It's pretty funny.
It's hilarious.
And wife's like, "You showed him," or whatever she says. And then Edgar, anyway.
Oh, Edgar.
Oh, Edgar.
So Edgar goes into beast mode, and he's like, I'm gonna ruin his life. I'm going to take him down. And how wild is it back in the day when people used to cut up credit cards?
Yeah.
Could you imagine today somebody doing that? Being like, and like the company even tells him, like, cut up the card. But could you imagine doing that in the year 2024, cutting up somebody's credit card?
No, you would get assaulted probably.
Yes, by the credit card or nothing else. Like, I mean, you don't do that.
Yeah. No, it's great, and it's funny how she's like on the phone, like
Right.
calling the company
For
or
clearance
whatever.
or
Yeah, whatever
whatever.
it was.
It goes to
And
the
the fact
grocery
that there's a
store.
long ass line behind them too,
Right.
and she's like taking the time to.
Yep.
They take it that seriously. And they go to the store.
He's
Can't-
writing a check.
he's writing
He's
a
got his checkbook.
But nope, no good on the check
I
either.
haven't seen one of those in forever.
I
And
know.
no good on the check because the Edgar hacks in and says like he's dangerous or has a weapon or something.
Consider him dangerous. Yeah.
Which I don't know that your bank gets that sort of information or passes that kind of information on, but whatever.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Go with it.
Small point.
Edgar is talented. He's a talented little hacker.
He is that good.
He's so talented.
They go to that theater they go to. It says the Phoenix Theater. So it's kind of like, hey, could that be Petaluma? I don't know.
so, 'cause it was a
I know it's probably
movie.
not.
Yeah.
But I was just
You
like
know,
thinking
the
like,
funny thing is all the exteriors were in San Francisco, with the exception of that one. That was actually in England somewhere.
oh, okay,
Yeah, and all the interiors were done in
Interiors were
England as well.
England
Yeah.
got it.
Random.
Well, never mind
Sorry.
then. That's okay. I was kind of excited for a minute. Like, well, I could pretend it's Petaluma.
I know, right?
So how do we go from this basically to Miles is gonna destroy the computer?
Well, because he feels he's basically after being rejected at the bank or the Phoenix
Yeah.
Theater and the supermarket and everything else. He basically runs home, right? And-
He's gonna have it out.
yeah.
Right. He's gonna get all.
He's got the axe.
He's gonna get.
Yeah.
He's gonna get all Rick Moranis
that's-
on it.
At the same time as it? No, that's no axe yet because the axe is when he was gonna.
That's at the end.
That's at the very end. Yeah.
Oh, so they have a big
but they have it out though.
row. They have a big row, and that's when Madeline comes in, and she cries on it. She cries on the computer at that point. Is that when she cries on the computer because she sees it's a mess, but hears the song or something? I just watched this fucking movie, and none of us can remember like
I think they just have it.
Yeah. No.
they have
Miles in the computer. Yeah. They have a fight.
a row.
Oh, because that's when they do the whole Pac-Man type thing,
Mm,
where
Yes.
where the
Yes.
computers.
It's the mean green mother moment. Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
And Miles is locked in the bathroom basically, which is the one place
The
that
one
he's
place-
taken
he-
all the
Yep.
all the
No
like,
technology.
Bluetooth.
right.
Yeah, he decided to take the connector off of his electric toothbrush,
Right, because
so that the computer couldn't turn it on and off at will, because that was a really useful piece to have connected to
Right?
the computer to be automated.
I just don't
but
turn
he
it off
leaves
for
at
me.
some point,
Yeah.
and then
He sneaks
yes,
out.
You're right. She comes back in.
Yes.
Computer plays the song.
Yeah.
This nice little instrumental, beautiful,
Piece.
yeah.
Yes.
And she cries on it.
and
yeah.
it tastes the tear.
It
Sure.
cries on a what? Was that a capacitor, a resistor?
Yes.
A circuit
Both of
board.
them. It's all of the above.
No, it's a
chip,
piece on the board. But so Moles goes back to the computer store and is like begging the lady, like,
Right.
hey, you get me help, take this thing back. You got to do something. And she basically is
Renee.
like, I don't have to do anything. I can make $3.10 an hour. I ain't do what I kind of thing. It's pretty funny.
Love her.
Yeah.
Love her. Such a vibe. That's when he comes back with an axe,
Yes.
Yeah.
which is disturbing.
That's disturbing.
I mean, it's
All the movies you watch, and the guy comes back with an axe to kill
because
the
I
computer.
feel that I feel that if he had just been kinder to Edgar, like we could have avoided this.
Okay.
But instead he's so mean to him.
It's just like Edgar wasn't trying to take over the world or anything, right? It seems like a level of escalation that was
Right.
unwarranted.
Right.
Like, okay, yeah, he's definitely not necessarily the best roommate, I will grant you.
Because he has to learn.
But like you suddenly coming in to take an axe to your roommate is a little terrifying.
It's a little Lindsay
dude.
Borden
Like,
of
it's a
you.
little much. We've all wanted to do it at one point in our lives.
Oh, for sure.
However,
Hey, Mom.
So then this
Here's Johnny.
exactly. So this part made me so sad. When Edgar's decided he's going to turn himself off and leave them alone and let them live their lives because like he understands what love is. And it's
Give
a
and
little
take. I'm
it's-
gonna give her to you.
Yeah.
And take myself out of the equation.
it's a little and the whole self-sacrifice is a bit giving tree. But when he says, will you hold me? I died. I just like something inside of me just broke.
No, it's all about that the actor. You know,
Yes,
he emotes
but for
such feeling, and you know, it's
And
sweet.
Miles does it, but he still sucks at it, and it's like
No, that's an example of not doing that. You know, emoting very well.
but he kind of is like obviously he changes his tune and he's like not gonna axe him.
Right.
But I think he could have been a little more genteel at the end.
Okay.
also, there's so much stuff in this movie that was actually like, I mean, if you forget about the fact that pouring champagne on a computer makes it alive,
Makes it amorous.
there's a lot of stuff in this movie that's actually kind of technically accurate, like surprisingly, like and forward thinking, like all
Yeah.
the little plugs and everything.
Yeah.
Him sending, I don't remember what it was, 40,000 volts
Yeah.
around the world. It's basically like, I don't think that's not a thing. You can't just send like 40,000 volts through the phone lines
Gee, I hope
around
not.
the world to come back to you. Like,
Right.
that's-
And
I'm gonna
explode.
give myself 10 minutes.
I guess they had to think of something. But like, what's big? We can wrap it in text speak, and nobody will know for 30 some odd
Right,
years.
exactly.
I
Yeah.
mean, he isn't plugged into the electrical grid of the house.
Yes.
Like, he could just create a surge.
Right.
Well, he wanted to
Maybe-
go out in a big way.
He did.
Maybe they're thinking it's like a rolling stone or something where it gathers momentum as it
It's kind of the
goes.
vibe
you
that
know?
it gave. Picks up its moss.
It gets bigger.
Like
He had
what's
some-
that Katamari ball? Yeah.
He had some surge protection built in, so he knew there had to be like an immediate, quick,
Juice.
high, boom. I tell you what, let's take some of our liquid death, pour it on the beast, and see what happens. See if the beast.
Will it too
No.
be amorous?
Sorry, suddenly comes alive.
So
So-
Edgar's gone.
Edgar blows up.
Edgar blows up. Madeline and Miles are together. She says kind words that he doesn't deserve. And
It's a very Casablanca-y
right.
interaction between them, which they had
Yes.
shown in the movie earlier.
Yeah, that they had gone and seen Casablanca. So weird montage at the end of the movie. For
Was
me, this
great.
one's real weird. And to me, it kind of ruins Edgar's song. But basically, he comes out with a real bop, a real banger. And this is how Edgar doesn't really have to go. He just now is shared throughout the world, and he's gonna be like on the radio. He's gonna be on the top 40. He's gonna be like what is the equivalent? Maybe marshmallow today? Maybe, like, so everybody's dancing.
Yes.
And it's a lot for me. The end of this movie's a lot.
The people in aerobics are dancing. People on the beach are dancing.
A man on a boat.
All the things we did in the 80s.
There's
Aerobics and
people in a
beach.
grocery store.
Yes.
I'm
That's
glad
it.
he's not really dead, but I really wish it hadn't ended like this. So the song is a mind worm.
I think it's a wonderful
love
song.
it.
I've always liked the song.
I love it.
But Electric Dreams.
Yeah.
That's it's pretty much the best part of the movie
There you
when
go.
the song kicks on.
Give your Philip
mind worm.
Oakley.
No, I don't need to give it. It's a good,
You think it was better than you don't have to touch it to know?
Yes,
Oh
we
my
do.
god, that was the other. He wrote 2 really creepy songs, actually. Yeah, you don't have to touch it to know.
Yeah, no. Go ahead. You do the.
It's your story. I got it.
It's
from
not my
you.
story. I don't have stories other than
is.
I like the song a lot, but
All right.
it's
You don't want to do it?
No,
We're done.
no.
What's
You
the story?
have time. You did all your research.
Huh?
Share?
You got research.
Huh? I doled it out. Oh, okay. So he went on to direct Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Yep.
from 1990.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Big fan.
That Pinocchio movie with JTT. Do you remember
Oh,
that
God,
one?
yes, of course I do.
Right? The Adventures of Pinocchio
Oh,
or
it's,
something like that.
no.
Yeah. But did just hundreds and hundreds of music videos from Culture Club, Human League, ZZ Top, Bryan Adams, Madonna, Paul McCartney. He did Billie Jean. He did Aha's Take on Me. He did Dire Straits' Money for Nothing. Like some really, really,
Iconic.
really iconic music
Jinx.
videos, which
Yeah.
is, that's pretty cool.
That
I
is
think
pretty
so.
cool.
Yeah. But
damn cool.
Together in electric dreams.
I think it's a fun '80s montage. You disliked it, but
Yeah, it was a lot.
because it's
it
real
was a lot.
people.
no, yeah, it's fun.
So
I loved it.
I think it was the aerobics class that really threw that montage at the end.
You didn't like the montage either.
I did not love the montage.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think
like,
it's just-
back me
But
up
the
here.
aerobics class was.
I think
that
it's
was
an
the
age
cherry
thing.
It is
on
an age
top
thing.
of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I can't get behind this.
yeah,
Like
It's-
when we say it needs a montage,
Although
like
this-
we really mean like movies.
This might
It's a
be-
lost art.
This might be the first existence of twerking in a film. However,
Was
Yeah.
this the first twerk
and this might
depicted
be
in
the
film?
first twerk. There was some like prehistoric twerking happening in that montage.
Prehistoric
Really?
work.
all right. I just
get-
like the fact if someone who had never, maybe someone like in God knows what other country in the world that sees something that's from the United States, right? And they see that it's aerobics and beach. Or what is it? The main things they kept showing over and over, basically.
Yeah.
And the radio station.
know.
The radio
Like,
station.
It's,
Yeah.
it's not coming
I'm
from
doing
us.
it. Yeah.
Or whatever. It's just it's like they're gonna think that's like all we do. Like the
Right.
whole United States is just a coast. It's like all it is. It's a warm beach. That's
If
all
only,
it
if
is.
only.
And people with leg warmers. It's like all. That's all we are.
Leg-
Did you guys stay to the very, very, very end of the credits?
No.
Yeah.
What happened? Was the Marvel cutscene?
It was, there was.
There was, yeah. You
What
get
happens?
A little message from Edgar.
Yep.
What did he say?
What did it say? It says Edgar. Basically, it says like, so it's like in the beginning thing, right?
Yeah.
Like it was it the green type said like end of film question mark or something, and then
Oh.
below it like then the answer's like time to go. It talks to itself again, and then there's a little Edgar laugh at the very end.
Edgar.
So he might still be out there somewhere.
That's what I want. He's out there doing the Lord's work.
He's
And by the Lord,
damn
I
it,
mean
why
our
did I
eyeball."
put myself in radio? Should have done the internet.
it's probably Larry Ellison. It's who he is.
Larry,
Edgar.
sponsor us, Larry.
Edgar, Larry, give us one of your islands in Hawaii, Larry. Anyway, we
Larry.
have got a wonderful
Richard
game.
Branson was the executive producer on this movie.
Yes, he was the executive
Yes.
producer on this,
There you go.
which
Okay,
we both were like, Richard Branson.
Mhm.
fine. Then.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I had to look it up to make sure it was that
That
Richard
That Richard
Branson.
Branson.
So,
Yeah.
It all
Anyway.
ties together.
Sorry.
We'll take some Virgin Galactic plane tickets or
There you go.
put me in space. Sir Richard Branson. We have a game. Let's go. We'll be back to you in about a minute.
That was a minute.
Welcome back. It was almost exactly a minute, right?
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Did it.
Nailed it.
Nailed
We
it.
we are better and better every show.
I've said it once, I'll say it again. I love being at this desk.
You like
I
it
wish we did the whole show from the desk.
from now on? Okay.
I wish we did.
All right.
I love our new shirt. I love our new shirt.
Oh shit.
But it's disappearing.
Unfortunately,
Cover it up,
not,
Neil.
It is not. Well, no, it's fine. It's just black now.
just black,
just-
yeah.
it looks like you're wearing a black shirt. It's just unfortunate. We'll have to.
It's actually our brand new color changing shirt. Yay!
I just think we're gonna have to do an alternate version for the show.
Or I just won't wear green when it's green screen.
Don't wear green when it's green screen.
Fool. Okay. Our game tonight is iconic VHS covers science fiction edition. If you recall, we did this Lair of the White Worm.
Oh, Lair of the White Worm.
we did
yeah.
this for horror. We did a horror version.
It was
now
so
we're-
good.
Now we're doing science fiction because this movie does dabble in science fiction, I think.
Sure.
I would say.
Although it's all more true now. It's more
Yeah.
nonfiction, most of that.
And it's
movie.
such a great cover. I love the colors of this cover.
Yeah.
And his little face and horns. But he's really not bad.
No, not
He's really
really.
not
He's just
bad.
drawn that way.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Right.
All right. So we're just going to put up partially blurred VHS covers.
Okay.
We're going to see if Sandra, Scott, and Caleb know what these are. And then we'll go from there. So I guess Scott's telling me to hurry up. I'm not sure.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's
Extend.
Vamp. I'm vamping. Vamping. That would be this. Vamp. Anyway, yeah. So these are okay. They're gonna start in basically descending order from
difficulty?
easy. Yeah,
Okay.
difficulty. So they'll start easy and then they'll get more difficult. You guys are gonna know most of these from the beginning. So, but
Okay.
they are not crazy hard. I'm not trying to trick you in any way. They're just the VHS covers with the names blurred.
Right.
In most cases, I did my best to also look for the little teeny, name that's like down below.
Yeah.
And cover that up. There might be a couple
Okay.
where I didn't get it in time because I was actually running out of time getting this together. Okay, so let's go and start with the first title, please.
All right. Oh,
Hey, I know this one.
Yeah.
What do you think this one is?
Blade Runner.
Blade
That one is
Runner.
Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
Also good answer.
There you go, Caleb. Very nice.
Such an iconic
Wrong. It's the
cover.
director's cut. Blade Runner.
So beautiful.
But
Right? That's a good poster. I wish the movie was that good.
Whoa, hot take.
I share that hot take.
I knew I was safe.
Yes, you're safe with
What
me.
is this one?
Look, this is okay. I forgot. I'm sorry. I put it out of order. This is probably the hardest
This
one we
kindergarten
have.
co-
This
Cop.
one is class of 1999, right?
This is it.
The one we
The one we
reviewed
just
last
watched.
week?
This
Yeah.
is it. Class of
Okay, enough
99.
messing around. It's the
It's the Terminator. You're right.
Terminator.
I love how you pulled something clearly from someone
Yes.
else's website right there.
I just. This is strictly Google images.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
Scott, like I said, I didn't have time to look. I was looking for what I could find.
Go check out robotgeekscultcinema.blogspot.com.
Yeah, go buy their merch. No one buys ours, so
Oh yeah.
Just kidding.
people buy our merch.
They
I
do.
think
I think so too.
I
This
think.
this is a wonderful
What do you-
movie.
What do you think?
we reviewed this
For
movie.
producer Scott, this was a producer Scott pick.
You know what?
But
This
it
is-
could have been all of our picks.
This is another film celebrating a 40-year anniversary this year, if you can believe
Can we
that.
talk about it again?
can I pet that dog? We probably could.
All right.
So
So that's the
do you guys
last
think?
Starfighter.
that is correct. The last and only Starfighter.
That's a good point.
There's
There's not more.
not more.
Remember we created a whole backstory to that movie
Yes, we did.
about the guy who worked in the trailer park.
Oh
Being
yes.
remember that?
You're
Yes.
welcome,
Yeah,
America.
I know.
Oh,
So
Forgot
I
about
know producer
That
Scott,
one.
you don't like this movie, right?
No,
No.
you
Oh.
like it?
You do
Yeah.
like it?
I do like it.
It's Tron.
Oh.
Wait, I like it.
And we're getting a Neutron film.
we are. Yeah.
Jimmy
Yeah.
Neutron?
I'm very. No, the Neutron Dance.
That's
Oh, Neutron even better.
that's like sad that Scott was like, I like
Oh,
Tron.
sorry.
Yeah, should be.
What's next? There you go.
Oh my gosh.
1980 film.
Flash.
Oh, he's a miracle.
Oh, I'm surprised Neil hasn't picked this one yet.
This one seems just too obvious, I
Too
guess.
obvious.
Too on the nose.
Too on the
Yeah.
nose.
This is one that I used to sing the praises of before what's his face made it
Oh,
popular.
Seth MacFarlane.
Before Seth
with-
MacFarlane
with
made it popular.
Yeah, with Family Guy.
But the wonderful flat. Well, did you guys say it?
I'm sorry. Flash Gordon.
You
Yeah.
did say it.
We
yeah.
only sing the song.
Sorry, with the
So I think we
wonderful
know.
Max von Sydow
Yeah.
Uh-huh,
on the
uh-huh,
covers, Ming the Merciless,
For sure.
Sam Jones,
Oh, so good.
Some flying monkeys.
the flying
This
men.
This
time
is,
it's
It
war.
war.
It's supposed to be aliens, plural, yes?
1986 film,
Absolutely.
Aliens. Very good.
Oh, good sci-fi.
We love it. We love Sigourney.
All right, what do you
Oh,
think?
Is Escape from New
What do you
York?
think?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is very
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
Sandra, John Carpenter's Escape from New York. Iconic
I like it.
with the Statue of Liberty head laying in the
Mhm.
middle of the street.
I like it.
Somewhat reminiscent of Cloverfield.
So this is
Right.
a movie that Scott and Sandra have not
They
seen.
have not seen it.
So you probably don't know this movie because you haven't seen it, right?
It's Robot. The Robot Cop.
Yeah.
This is the
Robo-
wonderful,
Part
wonderful RoboCop.
This does involve math.
Yeah.
Part man, part machine, all cop.
Darn straight. What percentages? Who knows? But
No, you just
We
add
do-
a
you
dash
know what?
of it.
we do have to do this film at some point because I really think you guys will like this film a lot.
I probably will. I probably will like RoboCop.
This was actually, for a while, this was my favorite film of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was before Fred. It's before you met Fred.
No, it came out after
Creepshow?
Fred.
Yeah.
No, and after that, it came out in '87. But it
Wow.
was like ultra violenty and
That's true,
But it's
yeah.
also very it's a parody on what do you call that?
Satire.
Thank you,
Yes.
thank you.
Satirical.
Yes, Scott.
Mark is surprised that we haven't done RoboCop, and I laughed because he said they kill him and he still has to go to work.
I love that. That should be the tagline on that VHS.
It's true. Oh,
Oh,
More
God.
Schwarzenegger.
oh my God.
that's Miss Predator.
I just want to like do an arm clasp with you right now.
With the giant muscles coming out.
Dylan, you son of a bitch. Oh my God.
I like that.
Say it out loud.
Predator.
The Predator
Predator.
with Arnie in his heat vision mode.
Have we all seen that thing where it's like the Golden Girls song set to the Predator like credits thing?
No,
Okay, I'll have to show it to you. It's perfect.
Okay.
I haven't seen that. Next.
Oh,
One of my
Yours-
favorite
It's,
movies.
hate
it's
this
definitely
movie.
science fiction.
Shush!
hate it. Oh,
It's one of the
awful.
best movies ever made. They live.
Let me pull out my harmonica.
Let me have a 12-minute fight. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway,
I'm sorry you don't like the most awesome fight in cinematic history.
Do you know this?
all right,
I
Sandra
know
and
this.
Scott, do you know this
Do you know
one?
this
I
one?
know Caleb would. Don't try and look at the title. This film-
It's got so in the center there with the glasses down at the bottom. That's a little baby River Phoenix.
And Ethan Hawke next
And
to
then
him.
Wait,
on the left is Ethan Hawke.
Isn't it Joaquin?
No,
Because it's
No.
the space camp, isn't it?
no.
Nope. It is not.
1985
Oh.
movie.
No, what is it?
It's called The Explorers.
Yeah, Explorers.
We still got a point for that because Caleb.
Oh yeah,
knew
yeah, of
it.
course. No, I was just I'm
What?
curious if
Yeah.
you've
Never heard of
yeah.
it.
Oh,
What? I love River
apparently,
Phoenix.
according to Mindy, it was filmed in Sonoma County.
Yeah, Petaluma.
Mhm.
They did some shots in Petaluma.
What's the
It's Joe Dante film.
what's the conceit? What's the story of this movie?
The kids build this little spaceship
Mhm.
because one of them's getting or they're all getting a message from space.
River, he's a computer dude,
Right.
and he
Right.
creates this bubble essentially
Mhm.
that is airtight. Yet
Right.
there's oxygen in the inside. Don't overthink it. And
No, I think they bring the tanks in with them.
yeah, but they're able to change the size of it, and so they're like, we can take this into space because I can control it with my computer, like make it fly around.
In the
And-
second message, he
and
gets
so-
from the aliens tells them how to put air in it without the tanks.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
There you
They
go.
can't hear
See?
that. The
So
others can't hear
yeah,
that.
they can't hear
Yeah.
it. Okay. So anyway, so they get a message like Caleb said from space.
Yeah.
And
And they go explore.
they go explore, and they meet the aliens.
What could go wrong?
Nothing.
What could go wrong?
That's Critters 3.
Close.
Critters 2.
Very good.
It's Critter.
This
I mean,
is-
you get a critter right there.
According to Neil, this is the Arcadian.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That's that thing reminds me of. I actually used this one for you guys with the horror one also, but I left it
Yeah.
in there because I figured, you know what,
Mm,
The main
we
course.
could kind of call
horror,
it sci-fi,
sci-fi, sure.
They're so cute.
Just like they live.
pure sci-fi.
They live as horror sci-fi action.
Okay, here's an iconic.
This is Life Force.
That's the one. Sandra
Is it?
Scott. Yeah,
I've not
very good.
Wow.
Seen Life
I've never
Force.
seen it either.
Toby Hooper.
Yeah.
I quite like this film.
Okay.
It's space vampires essentially. They suck out your life force.
There's not a lot of Toby Hooper films I haven't seen,
Why have we
but I
not?
haven't seen
Why have
this
we not
one.
done this one yet? I mean, I recognize the poster. That's the weird thing, but
Right.
Because those two keep picking horror films.
This is horror
No,
adjacent.
it is horror adjacent. Yes,
Huh.
definitely.
Yeah.
It's got Patrick Stewart is in it for a
Patty
little bit.
Stew.
Yeah, very young. It's got some cool practical effects. I'd watch it.
I think we need to make it so.
I'd watch it. Anyway, all right, you guys.
Ooh.
Starting to get a smidge harder now.
Huh.
Smidge harder. This one.
Okay, they're looking up at
This is also a film
Mhm.
going through a 40-year anniversary this year.
So their eyes are like starred
Yeah.
out.
So the
I don't
cover-
recognize it. I don't recognize
I don't either.
The cover is people. The top part of it is people looking up into the sky. The bottom is looks like a female figure
Right.
standing in front of a lit doorway.
Okay, I'm gonna take a total swing and say that this is the Twilight Zone movie.
It is not, but that's a very good guess though. I could see how you could
Think
get that
that.
from it.
Also, it's a Fox title.
Okay, cool. Well,
Yeah,
I
don't-
get
don't
a
know.
point.
I don't know.
Yeah, what is it?
This is Night of the Comet.
Oh,
Oh,
Mark got it right in the chat.
Okay,
Night of the
Good job,
Comet.
Mark.
I've never
Mark
seen
gets a
it.
point.
Mark gets a point. Good job, Mark. All right, next up.
Do you know this one?
You know the whole title?
Is that Paul Reiser?
No, that's RoboCop.
It's RoboCop. Yeah. Peter Weller.
That's Mr. Naked Lunch.
oh, that's right.
There you go.
I don't know this one.
Okay,
Caleb?
the whole. Okay,
whole
I
title.
know it's Buckaroo Banzai
Mm-hmm.
and the something of the sixth dimension.
Kind of close.
Can we
The,
get half point?
the full title is The Adventures of
The
Buckaroo
Adventures,
Banzai
okay.
Across the Eighth Dimension.
All right.
So
Right.
Half
I
point.
take it he is Buckaroo Banzai.
Yes.
Buckaroo Banzai.
So what does he do? Is he like a? It's like
He's
a lawyer. He looks
he's
like a lawyer.
He's an adventurer. Actually, this movie has a hell of a cast.
It does.
That was like before they all got famous, but
Lithgow,
mhm,
Jeff Goldblum.
mhm.
Is it funny? Is it like?
Yes.
What's
No,
the
it's
point
supposed
of
to
it?
be.
It's,
Yeah.
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 It's
supposed to be.
It's a kind of a weird science, Terry Gilliam-ish type
Okay.
of.
I can get down with that.
It's really odd. I have considered picking this one a number
Okay.
of times.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, this is an easy one.
Oh, that's
Oh,
Star Trek: The Wrath of
Oh!
Khan.
There you
Funny
go.
that I made that joke earlier.
Yeah. I almost said something, but I was
I
like,
know,
oh,
I
I
know.
didn't. Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
Ricardo Montalban.
Oh, we've done this one too.
We have.
It's Dreamscape.
Very good. This is
Yeah,
total
we did.
Indiana Jones ripoff type
That's
cover.
right. I mean, you couldn't be more blatant.
Nope. Complete with Kate Capshaw and everything.
yeah.
Look at the top. Dreamscape. Good scares. Good cast. Good story. Good fun.
I agree. I like it.
Oh.
Ooh, side profile view of Arnold Schwarzenegger in black and white.
You got it? I got
He'll
it.
get there. He'll get there.
Yeah.
On the tip of my tongue.
It's the
He says, "I'll be back."
a game nobody survives, but Schwarzenegger has
Okay,
yet to play.
I haven't seen it, but I think is it the Running Man?
Yes,
It
yes,
is, yes.
yes, it is. Oh, I'm with you.
Yep.
Okay,
you hadn't seen The Running Man. Okay,
Hmm.
that's a fun little flick.
Yeah.
it is.
Here's
I know
another
thi- I
film
know this
celebrating
one, too.
40 years this
This
year.
is also John Carpenter.
This
yeah.
is Carpenter.
Yeah. Do you know it? I got it.
I don't know it by the
I-
poster.
It's Karen Allen and Jeff Bridges
hmm
on the poster. He's sharing a
Starman. Is it
Some-
Starman?
yes,
Yeah.
very
Okay.
good.
Good job.
Okay.
Excellent.
Starman.
The Star.
This is actually this is one of my favorite John Carpenter films, quite honestly.
Yeah.
So
Right on.
not number one, but one of my favorites.
Ooh.
Here you go,
What's
guys.
going on here? There's
Let's-
no place on earth
To hide.
To
Okay.
hide. Or to say to bride.
I know. See, that's why I got
hide.
low there because it looks like bide. to me.
Ooh, I don't know this one.
This is another Toby Hooper film. It looks
Ooh.
like there's a hill with a fence and a light kind of behind it, not emitting from the pastures in the back area.
It's
Like
This-
I,
I'm gonna help you. This is a remake.
the Canon film, so
It's a
gotta be
remake.
banger.
I think Mindy has it right in the chat,
Okay.
so I can't guess.
All right.
I don't know.
All right. They
I
don't know. What does Mindy guess?
Invaders from Mars.
That is correct.
Oh,
Good job,
okay.
Mindy.
I that's two Tobys I haven't seen.
Yeah.
That one's
I
not
do
quite
love
as good as
Toby.
Life Force, but but it's okay. It's an okay.
And I love Toby Hooper movies.
Yeah. It's
obviously.
got some pretty cool practical effect aliens and things.
Okay, that's
All
nice.
It's fun. Here's another fun
Ooh,
one.
But all the aliens come from. Not all the aliens come from space.
That's right.
Save your last breath to scream. I don't know this.
1989 movie.
Is this Deep Star 6?
That is it, Caleb. Very good.
Oh no.
Caleb, nice.
Never heard of that movie.
I saw it in the theaters.
I did too.
Is it good?
It's
Actually, it was on the other day, and I started watching it, and they do a lot of like underwater model work,
Yeah.
and just put some little bubbles going on. It's pretty funny.
Stacy Keach. It's 1999. School is a war zone.
Oh,
The latest atomic weapons are the teachers. This is the film we just did.
what could this be?
This is-
Terminator.
it sure is trying.
What? How'd that get in there?
Dun, dun, dun,
What
dun, dun.
teacher is that?
I know.
That's nobody in the
It's
movie.
no one
it
in the
doesn't.
movie, but
It looks. Who does that look like?
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
John Hamm.
It looks a bit like John Hamm.
Yeah. Anyway, okay.
Here's one.
Oh, what is this one called?
This is also celebrating a 40-year anniversary this year. This one has
Tom
been one I've
Selleck.
considered a couple times.
So
Oh.
Michael Crichton.
Yeah,
Michael Crichton.
I think I've got it.
What's his face is in it from Kiss? Plays the bad guy.
Gene
Simmons.
Simmons or Paul
Oh.
Stanley. Or,
Oh, I
Gene
know what
Simmons.
this movie is, but I can't remember the title.
I think I've got it.
What is it? What is it?
Is it Runaway or the
Runaway.
Runaway?
Runaway.
Runaway?
Runaway.
Okay.
Okay.
Runaway.
There
Very
we go.
good.
Never
very
seen
good.
it.
No,
Yeah.
I've not seen it either, but
It's
familiar.
incredibly cheesy, but it'd be wonderful to do on our show.
Yeah. Look at
Yep.
that stash.
All right.
Ooh,
This is
wow.
one as a
Ooh.
kid I watched on HBO 1,000 times and loved. Absolutely loved this film.
Oh no.
It was originally
Who is
released
that?
in 3D. That is okay. I can't remember his name now. He's never became really popular. The person next to him is Molly Ringwald.
I was gonna say that looks like
Yeah.
Molly Ringwald,
Yes.
but okay.
And Ernie Hudson and Michael Ironside.
and Michael Ironside. Yep, and Ernie Hudson
Holy
are in it.
Smokes.
What the-
I
I don't know.
this movie,
Yeah,
but
I
I
don't
really
either.
want to watch it.
It's
Yeah.
I don't know.
it's a wonderful
Life.
cheese. Michael Ironside plays this crazy bad guy. He's like imagine kind of like almost like a Thunderdome, but he's like this big androidy thing. And he's got like black teeth, and he's just like with these big claws and stuff.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
funny. It's pretty funny, pretty fun film.
So what's it?
Nothing.
What's the movie?
This is Space Hunter: Adventures in the Forbidden Zone.
Wow, they loved those subtitles.
They did, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and
I
it
think
was
because all the people writing the movies in the 80s like grew up on
Like 50s.
like 50s schlocky sci-fi
Yeah.
type stuff.
Gotcha.
Does anyone in the chat happen to say the actor's name, Scott? Because I can't remember his
No.
his name. No, okay. All right.
Yeah, well.
Oh well.
I don't think it would have helped anyway.
No, but
I've never
for my
heard
own
of it.
for my own
nothing.
well-being,
Well, which actor are you looking for?
the main actor,
guy in
Peter
the front.
Strauss?
Peter Strauss. Thank you.
Peter
Yes.
It's on the poster.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Not Peter Straub, but Peter Strauss.
Oh, we've done this one.
We did?
Didn't we?
If we did, I don't remember. How's that?
What's
Didn't we do
I
or am I
can't-
crazy?
What's the
Trying to
It's a 1980 film.
Science.
It's
What's it? I can't-
William Hurt.
Oh no, we haven't done
Oh,
this. It's
is
not
this,
what I thought it was.
shit? What was that one called?
I don't know. The poster for one of the okay, go ahead, Scott.
Mark has it.
Okay, the poster is the actor is
How'd you know
basically
I was gonna say something.
you were positioning back in front of the
Oh,
microphone.
okay.
Is
I've become predictable.
William Hurt upside down, basically, or
He's got like leads on
yeah,
his
he might be
face.
actually floating maybe in a
What is
in a deprivation tank.
when he died, all the horror people were talking
About
about
this one.
movie,
Yeah, I know, and I've never
can't.
seen it.
I haven't seen it. I know that. So what is it?
All right, it is Altered States.
Ah, that's it. Yes.
The one.
We've talked about doing it, but we've never done it because I
Okay.
have not seen Altered
Altered States.
States.
It's got a crazy ending. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
One, you could do some of those, as Caleb says. I don't recommend it, but if you do shrooms, you might.
I'd say that.
Yeah, remember you said the last thing, talking about one of the shows you watched. All right, three left.
I do say that.
What is
What
that
is
little
this?
friend?
This is 1985 film.
Okay.
I like the look of it.
It is an Alien ripoff. I saw this in the theaters. I remember watching it with my parents.
It's very cute, but I don't know what it is.
What's the blurb
Doug
say? at the
Beswick did the special effects.
There you go.
What's it say?
bottom?
What's it say at the bottom,
blurb say?
Scott?
We can't.
Can you read it for them? I
Okay,
blacked out.
It's
the...
nominated as Best Horror Film of 1984 by the Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films. It features stunning special effects by Doug Beswick of Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back. I'm assuming this might be before Return of the Jedi then? I think
You said
No, it'd be
85?
after. That came out in 83, right?
Huh.
Yeah.
I think Revenge.
Yes.
Return.
Did
Sorry.
Doug Beswick not work on
Who?
Jedi? Doug Beswick?
Maybe
I
you
don't know.
didn't.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
Okay. Lesser known film called Creature.
Sure. It looks cool. He looks like a
Alien,
nice little
creature.
man.
I get it.
Yep.
Drip.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The drip.
All right.
Oh my word.
1980 film.
Farrah Fawcett.
Trapped between unnatural love and inhuman desire. That sounds kind of like a tagline for our
It
our
does.
film
Tonight's
this week.
show, yes.
I have to say the cover is very bizarre.
Yeah,
Yes.
What's going on there? Is he getting a cavity checked?
He, the gentleman is holding the eye open of
A
young
lady.
Farah whilst a needle approaches.
Is this Crimes of the Future?
Part one.
Surgery
Farrah
for new
Fawcett and
sex.
Kirk Douglas.
Yeah, and also Harvey Keitel, young Harvey Keitel.
What?
My God.
Yeah, it's
No.
actually I have seen this film, and it's interesting. It's actually an interesting film.
What is this?
I don't know.
It's called Saturn III.
Okay, I've heard that name.
Is
but-
there Saturn 1 and 2?
There probably is because it's like a space station they're on, Farah and Kirk, and they're like together. Like you see their butts and things. I think at some point they do like the obligatory. Remember when the duck?
butts and things.
It's like Douglas Buxton, Douglas and Butson. But because anyway, there's a Harvey. They find Harvey Keitel. He's got this robot, this really big robot. You know what the robot looks like? It looks like the shrunken head guys from Beetlejuice. It's got a big body and a little teeny head.
Okay.
And the robot, the robot takes a liking. Harvey Keitel takes a liking to Farrah Fawcett, and they basically pull like in a home invasion.
I
Home
think
invasion story.
you picked this movie when we did our robot episode, ranking robot films.
Oh, I
or
bet I did.
something,
I bet I did.
because
Rankin robots.
That sounds very familiar.
Yeah,
So,
it's worth a watch. Anyone out
Okay.
there wants to check out Saturn III?
all right.
All right, here's the last one.
Ooh.
It's a Roger Corman film.
Does that spaceship have tits?
Or balls. I'm not sure which one actually.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the
They're
top
big.
of it is like ovaries.
Right, it does.
And this is a
Like
this
ovaries.
is
Wow.
something, man.
My God.
And the main character looks like Will Wheaton, like Wish Will Wheaton.
Oh my god, we have Will Wheaton at home.
It's Robert Vaughn, the actor Robert Vaughn. Also in this film, George Peppard, Michael, one of your favorites, I bet. Sybil Danning, John Saxon, our wonderful
Okay.
Nancy Thompson's
Yeah,
father
yeah,
from
yeah.
Nightmare.
We
I
have Force Ghosts on Fire in the foreground.
I have no idea what this
Couldn't
is.
tell you.
The storyline is based off of the Magnificent Seven,
Oh, a lovely old.
basically.
Is seven on.
Seven
And then
Samurai.
Seven Samurais, exactly. So, this is Battle Beyond the Stars.
Okay, I've heard that name, but
Yeah.
interesting. So are there seven of them that get together then?
There are
And-
seven, yes.
Okay.
There are
Have
the
they
seven.
battled?
It's like the A team.
Oh, it's just me.
Scared me.
Jump scare.
We got rats in here.
There you go, my friends.
Wow.
There
Wow.
is
Well
iconic
done,
VHS
Neil.
Good job,
covers.
Neil.
Well done.
Science fiction edition. Thank you for playing.
Good.
I
job.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we have some changes coming up to the Cult Show?
Just as
With
we
our lineup?
expand our empire, we have to do a few things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So our next live episode is going to be October 25th.
Probably.
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 Most likely.
Most likely. Well, most likely.
Okay.
Yeah. But
I-
you never know what's up our sleeves.
That's true. But there will be other programming to supplement
Content.
the live. Yes. Other
Right.
content coming.
And when that stuff drops, some of us will probably be in chat there to like talk to you, maybe.
Possibly.
So
Anything's possible.
yeah.
Just stay tuned. Please check the social medias. Kayla works very hard
Such
to
a
keep
good
those
job.
updated. Yeah, and we'll just keep reaching out, letting you guys know what's going on.
Love it.
Other than that,
Yeah.
we're ready to go home.
Thank you, producer Scott. Thank you, Reverend Michael B. In chat tonight, we had Mendy, horror movie addict, Miss Movie buff Laura, Ami Levette, Ryan Sanchez, Mark Visions Truth, bunch of you turkey lurkeys out there. We love you too.
Thank you.